Welcome to a Thunderdome Thursday on the B Team. If you're a chunky boy, it's time to check in. We've got an interesting bit today that required some audience participation. No matter where you've got us tuned in from, and yes, I'm talking to you, Dalton Hughes, because I know exactly where you're sitting right now. Thank you for your viewership and listenership. Do us a favor, like, comment. If you're not subscribed to TexAgs on the YouTube, please do that now. It helps the algorithm, helps us overall. Provide this incredible, truly remarkable content that we put in front of you each and every Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, but specifically on these Thunderdome Thursdays. Hey, you get what you pay for as an audience member, and it's free, Richard.
Very free.
And so with that in mind,
best price. We
have in front of us 8 Little Debbie snacks. I don't know about you, Richard, but I grew up eating a lot of Little Debbie snacks. Look at me.
Oh, yeah. I used to eat a lot of the Little Debbies, too.
Cade Bickham is producing the show. Cade, were you a Little Debbie man growing up?
More so like probably in high school and stuff, and at the beginning, in my beginning years of college, but not when I was super young, though.
Well, I used to eat enough that I could call her Giant Deborah. And that's what we're going after today. We've got a March Madness style bracket with 8 Little Debbie snacks that we asked the listeners and viewers of TexAgs to power rate in about a 45-minute window, and I did the best I could to provide these matchups. We're going to get into that. We will go, again, March Madness style. And let me go ahead. Richard's still working on pumping out some content, so let me go ahead and run down this bracket. Cade, I am going to say them. If you could flip to your camera and you can hold them up. Okay, the number 1 overall seed is the oatmeal cream pie. The oatmeal cream pie, the number 1 overall seed. It will be going. Hold on. Let me set the bracket real quick. Okay. Oatmeal cream pie number 1. Keep the camera on you, Cade. You're going to Vanna White this thing. Okay. It is facing the fancy fudge bar. Fancy fudge bar didn't get many votes. A lot of people said it was a throwaway item. Okay. The number 2 seed. The ever-famous Fudge Round. Fudge Rounds are the number 2 seed. That will be facing off against the Cookies and Cream Brownie. Cade's got that. Very nice, Cade. You're doing a good job. This could be work for you in the future. The 3 seed is the Zebra Cake. I prefer them to come in the Christmas tree shape, but they're still good nonetheless. They are facing off a very, very pesky, a lively 6 seed here, the Cosmic Brownie.
This is the easiest upset to predict ever.
Okay, and then the 4 seed is the Nutty Bar, the only wafer-style piece of Little Debbie that we have, and it is going against another just famous classic, the Swiss Cake Roll. So we got some powerful mid-seeds here. I
cannot believe Cade Bickham said that the Zebra Cake versus the Cosmic Brownie is the easiest upset on the planet. Cade, you...
Sorry, this may just be because of my ignorance to the Zebra Cakes, but I love Cosmic
Your
Brownies.
Ignorance is showing. If you love Cosmic Brownies,
Hey, this is why it's March. Buds. It's March Madness, though. Once the ball's tipped,
I haven't had one in a while, though. So
anything can happen. Anything can happen. So we will begin to take that to task here shortly. I know people have got to be just glued, awaiting the outcome of this bracket as we once again on a Thursday chew food inside of people's ears. Thank you for tuning into the B Team. We do have a sponsor coming, amazingly enough. Again, we will be active in the chat, the texags.com/live chat. Cade is monitoring that. We've got the YouTube chat pulled up as well. If you think that your favorite Little Debbie snack is not a part of this bracket, listen, we have a budget. By the way, how much do you think it cost me to buy 8 boxes of Little Debbie snacks? Guess.
$40.
Cade?
Sorry, say that again.
How much do you think it cost me to buy those 8 boxes of Little Debbie snacks?
$85.
$85.
$85.
$26.50.
Wow.
26.
Did you have a coupon?
No. Wow. I went to Howard E. Butts.
$26.50.
Can I tell you this?
No coupons.
You know what? This was not going to be the bit today. I'm not going to ruin what the bit was going to be because we are going to use it at some point. I'm tired of eating hot stuff, though.
Sure.
After last week, I'm done with eating hot stuff for a while.
That sucked.
Yes, we need a break for a little bit after that one. That was brutal.
Sucked.
That was so brutal.
I was looking for something that was
sucked.
going to be a little bit easier on our palate. And, with this March Madness bracket of Little Debbie's, you don't have to eat the whole thing, right? You just have to take one bite and determine if it's better than whoever it's matched up against. We move it on. So whoever wins this, you'll probably end up eating the whole bar, but you're not going to eat every one of these. We're not eating 8 Little Debbie snack cakes here. So I think this will be a little bit easier for us mentally and physically, and I think we will enjoy it much more than we did last week's hot chicken because that was brutal. We sat here after that was over, each of us, for probably 45 minutes fighting that off. And Richard spit his out.
And when he says fighting it off, it's not that we had to run to the porcelain throne like the one Mr. Hughes is sitting on currently. Like, I don't think anybody got sick, but good Lord, it took for a while for the mouth to return to even a comfortable level, not a normal level.
Do you have a lot of uncomfortable things in your mouth, or
No.
Okay, so I didn't know what.
Nothing phallic shaped like.
Whoa!
Bickham.
Whoa!
Oh, look
What?
Bickham, look
That's
at that.
too far.
Look at that. Look at the.
We were having
look at the
fun.
mouth.
Yeah, we were having fun with it.
Sorry.
And you went too far.
I always do.
It's a microphone.
He's a habitual line stepper. This Zane
I
is.
am all over the place.
I was gonna say
all right.
I was sweating for like 45 minutes.
I'm sweating right now.
Uh,
I'm sweating right now.
I'm drunk right now.
I'm drunk right now.
I'm drunk right now.
Seen that movie Flight, Cade?
I actually do need to watch that movie. That's like one of the Denzel movies I haven't watched.
I'm drunk right now. It's a great line. It's a good movie. Bear with me here as I'm still battling through this ear, nose, and throat stuff. I had a coughing episode last night. Everybody by now has heard me coughing either into this microphone or throughout this office. I had a coughing episode last night that was probably the worst I've had in my entire life. I took a bath last night because I was just trying to, as hot of a bath as I could. My wife has these like little menthol crystals that you can put in your bath and it's supposed to clear you up. So I'm sitting in the bath and I'm trying to get all of this cough out of me. The problem is it's a dry cough. And I don't know about you, I hate dry coughs. I'd rather be coughing, hacking stuff up than a dry cough because a dry cough hurts.
Yeah.
So I started coughing in this bathtub last night and I kind of panicked. I was coughing so hard I couldn't catch my breath. And I had to pop up, and luckily for me, like our bathroom, like our separated toilet area wasn't far. I was able to get up, put the towel around me, scurry over there. I was still coughing. I could not catch my breath. I don't know what's going on with me. But this was the hardest I'd ever coughed in my life, and I threw up a little bit from coughing so hard. Have you ever had that happen?
No.
Is that normal?
No, I've never thrown up
If
from
you
coughing.
really are going, then yeah, it'll mess with your stomach a little bit, and it'll like irritate your acid reflux or whatever.
It definitely did, yeah.
That's happened to me if I'm like coughing way too hard for way too long, then yeah, it's happened to me before.
Okay, so I'm not alone in this.
I've never had that happen to me. I was more taken aback, I think, by the fact that you take baths.
No, I was taking a bath to try to help with this.
Oh, gotcha.
It's because we had those menthol crystals.
Sure.
I'm not opposed to a bath, don't get me wrong, but there was a purpose behind it last night.
I don't know the last time I've taken a bath.
Wait, do you have a bathtub in your house?
Yeah.
A big spacey one?
Yeah.
I got a big spacey bathtub. My wife loves it.
I'm sure she does.
Sometimes I will take a bath, but
Jen takes
so
baths, I don't.
I coughed so hard that I gave myself a headache. My eyes turned red. And I don't know, like I don't feel bad. I don't feel 100% normal. I don't feel bad. I just have the itchiest, driest throat. I need some throat coat. I don't know how can I help myself?
You said throat coat, get that tea. There's some throat coat tea. You should just drink that. It's good stuff.
The only thing that has helped me so far is like old school, old wives' tale saltwater gargle. And I have some big flaky mineral sea salt. And it gives me like probably 2 or 3 hours of I don't feel like I need to cough.
Huh.
So I had one late this afternoon right before I went to the gym. And so who knows? I'm hoping that this thing doesn't just pop up and I have to do that what I did last night. I never want to do that again. I seriously had a violent headache and my eyes were turning red because I was coughing so hard. And I couldn't kick it. I couldn't stop it. It was kind of scary. So hang with me. We're fighting through it. I have a Coke Zero and then a DPZ to get me through this March Madness bracket.
A DPZ.
Dr. Pepper Zero.
DPZ. It's like a Rocket Balls, RBZ or whatever. Dragon Ball Z's. That's Rocket Balls is like what that was like a golf ball brand for a while. Or like a type of golf ball. RBZ.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not a golf guy.
Me neither.
Although I told you I have been watching a lot of this Bob Does Sports.
Yeah, I can't.
They're having that internet invitational. It's about to start airing between Barstool's channel and Bob Does Sports.
Sure.
It should be really entertaining, really funny. It was like $1 million prize. It was all internet golfers, like no PGA people, no professionals at all. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I
watched what was it? The match, the first one.
Is that during COVID?
I think so. It was like
Tom Brady.
It was like Tiger Woods and Mickelson versus.
Tom
Brady was one of them, right?
Wasn't it? I thought it was.
Peyton Manning, Charles Barkley.
It was Peyton Manning and it was Peyton and Tiger against Tom Brady and Phil. That's the one that I remember like the most vividly.
What was the first one?
Or no, yes, that sounds right. I think that was the first one. I could be wrong, but that was the first one I remember watching.
In the YouTube chat, WD69 Nice 19. He's got it. He's got my back. RBZ, made by TaylorMade. Made by TaylorMade.
The match is a series. It began in 2018. Tiger versus Phil was the first one. Tiger versus Phil at Shadow Creek Golf Course in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm trying to think of the one that was during COVID. I think that one was
like Steph Curry. Steph Curry
I thought
was
Tom
involved
Brady
in one.
was involved in one.
Tom Brady was involved.
Yeah,
in
he
one.
was for sure.
And it was really rainy. The one he did.
Yeah, he chipped one in for like a birdie from like.
Yeah,
70,
they started chirping
80
against
yards.
Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck was chirping him, and he chipped it in from like 80 yards out. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Chuck.
Have you watched the new Inside the NBA?
I didn't, because last night was their first night on TV, right? I know they're still airing from the same studio they were in Atlanta, because
Studio J.
To nobody's surprise, I was watching hockey last night, and the Red Wings were the nationally televised game on TNT, and during one of the intermissions, Shaquille O'Neal just hanging out on the NHL desk. And he's funny. He's got a hockey stick that's, of course, way too small for him, but is normal size for a regular human being. And he's like gliding, like pretending like he's gliding
Shaq's
across.
hilarious.
He's so funny.
Him and Chuck together are like.
He's my favorite.
I used to watch the compilations of Shaq and Chuck on Inside the NBA.
Where they going, Chuck?
Where they going, Chuck? Galveston. Yeah, we can apologize. Look at the big old women in San Antonio.
He's like, I'm thankful for this so that we don't have to call Ernie boss or whatever.
Well, speaking of the NBA, boy.
What a day, man.
I'm telling you what.
Crazy notification I got this morning.
Yesterday, college baseball ran the show on October 22nd. And then I didn't think that there would ever be a time that the NBA would be the main talking point. We are a top of mind sports show. Or we're supposed to be, but I still didn't think there would be a time where the NBA would be one of the first things that we had to get to, but today we do. If you have not been around your phone or not been around the television at all today or social media, they have a massive gambling drama situation scenario going on. It centers around Chauncey Billups, the current Blazers head coach, Terry Rozier, a guard from the Heat, and then Damon Jones, who's he was kind of a journeyman who's from Galveston, Houston area.
Galveston. Where are they going, Chuck?
Speaking of Galveston.
Where are they going to Galveston?
And all three have been arrested.
By the FBI, not just like local authorities. This is the Federal Bureau coming to get you. That's how you know you're in some hot water.
They're arrested over gambling. They're being investigating around illegal poker operations tied to the mafia and also betting their own games. Most notably, Terry Rozier had an incident in 2023 where a bunch of bets, like I think they said 46 bets in the span of 30 minutes.
One professional bettor, like it was north of $13,000 within a half hour, betting his under on points, rebounds, and assists, and they flagged it. And then, of course, Terry Rozier goes out of the game in the first half with a foot injury. Nice little air quotes around injury.
The defendants had access to private information known by NBA players, or I'm reading for an article by Shams Charania of ESPN. The defendants had access to private information known by NBA players or NBA coaches that would likely affect outcome of games or players' performances, and provided that information to other co-conspirators in exchange for either a flat fee or a share of betting profits, according to the indictment. This is from Kash Patel, the director of the FBI. Let's not mince words, Patel said. This is the insider trading saga for the NBA. That's what this is.
Wow.
They're not mincing words. I mean, this is as big
People
of
are
an
going
allegation.
to prison
People are going to prison. This
for
is
a long time.
This is Pete Rose level gambling
It's beyond Pete Rose.
because they gambled on their own games.
What Pete Rose did was legal. What Pete Rose was doing was legal.
Just not ethical.
It was not ethical, and it was violated, and it was outlawed by the sport he was in, which obviously the other things Pete Rose did were very illegal. But this is crazy. This is under the table, fixed games, the mafia, organized crime.
Well, let me keep reading
There's no. It's like what's the line from the other guys? There's no telling what these guys could be involved in.
Here to continue on, Chauncey Billups, who was arrested in Oregon, is charged in a separate indictment alleging a wide-ranging scheme to rig underground poker games that were backed by mafia families. What is happening? And apparently, depending on what you want to believe on the Twitter sphere here, the NBA might have known about this going back to 2021.
It's crazy.
This might be
Damon
a
Jones
massive
is
scandal.
wild. So I want to get to Chauncey in just a moment, but the Damon Jones things is nuts because I got a notification later this afternoon that a lot of his stuff has been tied to giving out insider information on LeBron James injuries. So is the King tied into this? Maybe, possibly so.
It's hard for me to. I don't like. I'm not going to throw stones yet, right? Because we don't know the full story. And you just had on the Dodgers Shohei be involved in something where he was adjacent to some sports betting, and people were trying to throw his name in the mud along with his translator. Correct.
Correct.
So I'm not going to sit here and say that LeBron was directly involved.
No, I'm not either. I'm just saying, like, it's such a polarizing story, and it's going to. There's no telling where it's going to go, but clearly it has a lot of legs, and clearly we're just at the tip of the iceberg with this entire thing. That the possibilities for who's involved are, at the moment, limitless and very, very intriguing.
It's funny because when this started popping up, I got a couple of texts from people that I know who surprisingly, there's only a few degrees of separation between me and Damon Jones through these people.
Sure.
And they were like, hey, we've known this guy for a while. He was kind of always looking for ways to make extra money. I'm going, these guys that are in the NBA, what is the motivation behind this?
Greed, obviously.
You're making, some of these guys are making $5-10 million a year. You need more?
Apparently.
And like you're making $5 to $10 million above the table. You need to do unethical betting practices to make more or get involved with the mafia. This is crazy. This is one of the bigger sports stories of the year.
I'll be back. I'm getting another phone call.
Does this guy know we're having a show? He doesn't care.
No.
We're second rate to him. Cade, you're kind of an NBA guy, right? Do you have any thoughts here?
I just think it's crazy. I saw the notification. First off, like the first couple days of the NBA season have been pretty awesome. The Thunder Rockets game on opening night was great. Double overtime. Sengun was fantastic. Shea was fantastic. Wemby was great last night. He had like 40 and 15. He's not real. But like then I saw this notification this morning. I was like, oh, Chauncey Billups. Like what's going on with that? Terry Rozier. I guess he's like, I don't know. He's really fallen down the rabbit hole. He was really good on the Hornets for a little bit, and then he was good on the Celtics for a little bit, and then I guess I don't know what got him caught up in all this, but I honestly have no idea what to think about this until more information is available.
So this article that I linked in the rundown today, it was way shorter than this when I sent this leak. So
it's just been growing throughout the afternoon.
Now they keep updating it with facts from this story. I'm going to read a couple of more, so hang with me. A couple more paragraphs here. This is surrounding the poker case for Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones. In the poker case, Billups and Jones are accused of using their celebrity to lure people into playing in poker games that were rigged by the mafia, Nocella said. The organizers allegedly used sophisticated cheating technologies, including shuffling machines that could read the cards in the deck, poker chip trays with hidden cameras, special contact lenses, and glasses that could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray table that could read cards face down on the table. This is an extravagant cheating scandal.
Wow. It's amazing.
And it's run by the Mafia. And what's funny is Mafia is used a lot in here, but no names.
Sure.
Continuing, once the so-called fish, and I'm guessing the fish is the person that they were duping, once the so-called fish lost, the Mafia used extortion and violence to make sure they paid their gambling debts, Nocella said. Investigators found that the scheme involved members and associates of the, here are some names, and these are going to sound like these names are going to sound very familiar to maybe somebody that works here. And associates of the
the one I just got off the phone with?
Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese crime families.
Wow. We're back, man. Thursday, October the 23rd. The Mafia is back in full force. Yes.
I wonder if Billy's read this. These could be his relatives.
Just got off the phone with him.
He has no
First
idea.
thing he goes is, "What are you doing?"
I'm guessing he had nothing to talk about. He didn't want to talk about his potential family members here.
I have an errand to go run for him.
For him or
on my
with
way
him?
home.
Oh.
For him.
Anyway, Billups, who was known as a face card in the scheme, helped to organize and played in games held in Las Vegas using a rigged shuffling machine in April this goes back to 2019, where they defrauded victims of at least $50,000 according to the indictment.
Jeez. Can I tell you a fun fact?
Vegas, baby.
Can I tell you a fun fact? I own one basketball jersey. One.
I saw this. Go ahead.
I own a Detroit Pistons Chauncey Billups jersey. I'm not a huge NBA guy. I don't watch very much at all. If I had to pick a team, I'd say the Pistons. I watched parts of 2 Pistons games last year, and they were both in the finals, or both in the first round. They lost to the Knicks. But obviously, when I was a kid, my dad was watching the Pistons. They won the 2004 finals. I was 7, Chauncey being the MVP. Like, I eventually bought a Chauncey Billups jersey. I don't wear it that often.
Can I check?
Because I don't have the arms to rock an NBA jersey. Huh?
You could wear it like a long sleeve underneath it, like Alex Caruso.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Hayden Hefner.
I wear my NBA jersey. It's like one of the things I wear when I go to my buddy's lake house.
All right. Can I see if I can name some more of the starting 5 from that Pistons team?
Oh, yeah. Go for it. So, obviously, I gave you Chauncey Billups.
Okay. Ben Wallace.
Yep.
Tayshaun Prince.
Yes, the Prince of the Palace.
Rip Hamilton.
Richard Hamilton. Yes, loved him.
Was Katino Mobley there?
I don't know if he wasn't in the starting 5.
Is that was Rasheed Wallace on that
Rasheed
team?
Wallace was
Bang,
the 5.
there's your starting
nice.
5.
That's pretty good for us.
Good job, guys. That was really good.
That was probably the last era of the NBA where I was watching it a bunch.
That was that Pistons team when I was a kid was a lot of fun. I used to think I could be Ben Wallace.
I used to I remember watching that NBA Finals with the Sixers and the Lakers where Allen Iverson hit the corner 3 and stepped over. Was it Derek Fisher?
Ty Lue, because he coached for the Cavs for a while. Yeah, Ty Lue.
That was that was peak AI. Swag with the headband, the all black jerseys.
I think peak AI is what you posted on Saturday night after the win.
That's artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Well, was it?
That's peak AI.
Or what was
AI.
Was I really riding out of a Walmart parking lot with bacon in my head on a Harley Davidson? The world may never know.
I think peak AI is when whatever NFL team it was used AI to release their schedule, and they just brought in Allen Iverson.
Oh.
That's funny.
Anyway, I loved Allen Iverson. That was a great early 2000s era of the NBA was probably the last I really paid attention.
Yeah, that's true.
But if the Rockets...
I paid attention through the Cavs, Warriors, back and forth, dynasty, whatever you want to call that.
Well, the next topic here...
Hold on. Real quick, I will say, if you're going to tap in, now is the time because Victor Wembanyama is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's an alien.
Unbelievable.
He's an alien.
He's like 7 foot, shoots threes. He
He's
plays
7'5".
plays the 5 on defense and the 2 on offense.
Yeah, one of the interns this morning,
tween
Leighton,
step backs behind the back like last night. It was unbelievable.
One of the interns in the back this morning, Leighton, was like, "He's an alien. He's an alien." I was like, "Dude, yeah, we know aliens exist. One of them's name is Shohei Ohtani. One of them's name is Victor Wembanyama.
The other one's name is Shaquille O'Neal.
One of them is Shaquille O'Neal. One of them is Denny Hamlin. Just a lot of aliens all over the place."
Well, I was gonna
Don't do it. Don't do it.
gonna make a joke. Olin would have made a joke.
Olin would have made a joke.
Olin would have made a joke. But we're above that.
And figurine champ 6881, that's why Olin's not here. Because he would have made the joke.
That would have really derailed the show, as if it had any rails to begin with. But did you see this? So kind of in conjunction with this gambling drama that's going on.
Am I allowed to wear my Chauncey Billups jersey anymore?
I don't care.
Am I allowed to?
Yes, I think you should actually. Or now,
if I had the ability to
you better
go
make
home
sure he
this
doesn't have any
afternoon,
gambling debts in Bryan College Station.
That's true. If I had the ability to go home at any point this afternoon, I would have got that jersey and I would have been wearing it right now, arms and all. I would have let you see my string bean, lima beans.
That's going to be
taco meat, yeah.
An elite darty jersey.
Kate, at my age, we don't darty anymore.
No, I know. I'm just making a general point.
You need to get one of that Rocket Center for your darty jersey.
Sengun.
Yeah, big Turkish guy.
Yeah, he's awesome too.
What a good name.
The NBA does have some freaks now. I mean, you start like looking at Luka and how big he is and the way he plays.
So good.
I watched a little bit of that game the other night between OKC and Houston. Sengun is he's 7 foot, 320 pounds, and like step back threes. He's a big dude moving that way.
Nobody should be able to move the way Victor Wembanyama does at any height, let alone 7'5". He's just unfair. He's like a monster.
Kind of surrounding this NBA gambling drama, another link that I found on ESPN this morning is that NCAA athletes will now be allowed to bet on pro sports starting on November 1st. What do we think about that? Allowing college athletes now who've got some money in their pocket to start gambling on professional sports. Here's some things that I wrote down, and we can discuss these. It's a weird decision given the gambling integrity going on right now, not just in basketball, but like as we said with baseball.
Well, think about baseball. I saw something yesterday on Twitter that the Guardians are looking to ban Emmanuel Clase from participating in the Venezuelan Winter League over his gambling issues. So
another thing is whenever you have college athletes, especially at – what are you doing in here, Kay Nagley?
Hey, she's here. She's here. The Blonde Brigade, at least two of the three of them
I asked her to help me out.
She's a rock star.
So these college athletes,
we don't work shame,
especially if you're at these power programs like Texas A&M, like Texas, Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma. You're going to form bonds with these guys that are older than you, that go into the league at different times than you. This is not good. I don't think for you to have that personal relationship with somebody that can. Okay, I'm making, let's say I'm a decent earner, but in my time in college, I became really, really good friends with Jace Lavalette.
Thank you, Kay.
You know what I'm saying? Or Devon A. Chain or any of these guys, Myles Garrett. I was really tight with them. They go to play in the NFL, and I'm making, I don't know, I'm making a lower salary for football, whatever it is, and I'm like, man, I could turn this $50,000 into $100,000, and this guy's got information that can help me. And he's my boy. Like, why wouldn't he help me out? Man, it's a slippery slope we're going down here. It's
very much a slippery slope. My initial thought was this is really, really stupid. And the more I think about it, it is really, really stupid. But I also see the other side why maybe they did it. These kids are making money, and they have the right to use their money however they see fit, right? Like, just like you and me, right? If we wanted to go lay a couple $100 on, I don't know, the Los Angeles Dodgers to win the World Series, we can do that. College athletes should be able to do that too. I think that's a freedom, that's a right. They should be able to do it. But right, the NCAA is so against freedoms, or has been so against freedoms. I wonder why now. I also think it sets a very, very dangerous precedent, because eventually the goal is for at least the 1% of college athletes to go play professionally. So you think they're just going to stop betting on the professional sports when they get there? Makes no sense. And then the other thing I'll say is A lot of these kids are making really, really, really good money for the first time ever, and perhaps for the first time in their family's history. And they really don't have the tools necessary to manage wealth correctly. Now you're just going to open up another dark potential black hole for them to potentially fall in. Really, really dumb. Because how many times have you heard the stories of the athletes, professional or college, where they've lost everything?
Well, it's a vice,
just
right?
Setting up another situation for more and more kids to lose their generation.
And earlier in their life, everywhere they turn, what do they see? Sports gambling. You turn on ESPN and they're talking about this NBA story, and in the corner is an ESPN bet ticker. Yeah. It's everywhere. And so everywhere. It's a vice. It's an addiction. It's an addiction that I don't get, but I'm not saying I'm not taking any worth off of it. People are legitimately addicted to gambling, and more and more people are going to get that way. And now you have opened up a potential vice for these college athletes who have the money in their pocket and they have the connections to learn a little bit about what might be happening in the NFL or the MLB or the NBA because of their connections. And these agents now, agents that are representing college athletes are also representing pro athletes.
And sometimes they're coaches, like Brian Kelly.
And his family.
I just don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's everywhere, like you said. It's a problem. If you play, I don't care. I'm not going to judge you. I do not. I'm not interested in gambling. I don't like going to the casino. I don't like any of it. I had a really, really bad experience on a cruise ship when I was 18, went into the casino on the cruise ship with my dad, gave me $200. I didn't know what I was doing. We sat down at the blackjack table. I lost $200 in 10 minutes. I was like, this sucks. I haven't sat down at a table again. I don't know if I ever will.
I don't really. I usually play slots.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy the machines, but I don't play card games.
We went to a casino when we went to the Harrah's across the river from Omaha in Council Bluffs and played a roulette table, automated game for 10 minutes. This is stupid. I'm just here for the free drinks. I'm not interested in it. And when it comes to sports,
and by the way,
I'm too emotionally invested to be losing money on top of it.
If you get really good at gambling, they don't let you gamble anymore. You can, Dana White got kicked out of how many casinos? Whether they think he's cheating or counting cards, if you start winning too much, those casinos aren't rich and elaborate because they're losing money.
Yep.
And if it's an online sports book, if you, for whatever reason, they'll flag your account if all of a sudden you start hitting at an outrageous percentage. The house isn't going to lose for too long. And they're not going to allow you to win for too long. So this is a very slippery slope that I think if we didn't have so much stuff going on with A&M football and then being number 3 in the country in a massive game on Saturday night, this would be something, maybe in the bye week we get into this a little bit more on TexAgs Live and have some guests on that can talk about it, because to me, the NBA story has dominated the headlines, deservedly so today, but this is just as big of a deal to me that could have a lot longer lasting impact.
The NCAA has had a really, really bad 36 hours, especially when you consider basketball. Because we talked about London Johnson yesterday, right? And then on my way home, I saw something else. Another player's coming from the G League back to NCAA's football or basketball.
Yeah, that's a bad precedent. This is going to be a bad precedent. Now, could the kids that are current athletes give their buddies some money, especially if they're in a gambling legal state? They could give Matthew Dawson $5,000 to put down, and then it could work that way. So there are always ways around it. But now when you're openly letting them do this, I think that's a dangerous game. And we still don't know the tax implications of all this going forward. Is it going to be a nightmare for these kids once they've had this massive earning potential for 4 years in their life? And then if they don't go play professionally, what does the rest of their financial future look like?
Yeah.
It's really interesting times we're living in.
I was going to say, I think a big issue is that the NCAA can't decide whether they want to treat these athletes like they're kids or adults.
That's fair.
And that's really what it's boiled down to in the last 5 or 6 years is well, are we going to pay them? Are we not going to pay them? Are we gonna let
Where
him?
did all this
gamble?
start?
Are we gonna not let him gamble? Like, it's all so dumb.
Where did all this start? It started in the state of California with Maverick Carter, Jay-Z, LeBron James, and Gavin Newsom. They signed that bill into law. They wanted all the plaudits and praise for it, and then they just signed it and walked away and said, look what we've done for college athletes. That was the crack to open Pandora's box, which is fully unabridged now.
Yep.
And there's no precedent. There's no way to get that genie back in the bottle to me. I don't even know if there's parameters that you can keep the genie. Now you've let it out into the room. How do you keep it in the room? I don't know if you can keep it in the room anymore.
No, it's completely out. And it's over.
It's funny. I got a call from one of my 12 parents today going, hey, we got these junior college offers. We'd probably like to commit to a junior college, but what happens if, we commit to a junior college and even sign with a junior college, then later this spring, we have a mid-major D1 come get me. I said, you sign with both. He's like, really? I was like, dude,
there's no rules.
There's no rules anymore. And I hate to be that way because I'm old school about it. I think there's an honorable way to do things, but to me, as long as the junior college knows that you are going out there and potentially looking at other Division I schools to sign with, and they still sign you, cool. They understand the risk. But that's where we're at now.
There are no rules. No rules.
All right, let's get into this
Very
Thunderdome
sad.
Thursday bit. We talked a lot of serious stuff. Now let's get a little goofy here. All right, so I think we start with the 8th seed, right?
That seems fair.
The 8th seed is the Fancy Fudge Bar. This is a chocolate cake covered with chocolate icing. Probably like a devil's food thing going on here, Richard.
Which one? Oh, I'm doing this.
Yes, this is the 8th seed.
The 8 seed. See, here's
Hey,
my whole bracketology.
Hey now.
I do love an oatmeal cream pie, but that's a 1 seed. They're a pretty weak 1 seed.
This is way better than I thought it was going to be.
So what is this called?
It's a Fancy Fudge Bar.
I've never had this.
Is that nougat in the middle?
No, it's just icing.
Oh,
That's the 8 seeds coming out and hitting some threes early.
that's pretty good.
Don't like it?
It's good. No, I'm going to like all of these. These are all good. These are all real good.
The 8 seeds come out in a full court press. The 1 seed thought it was going to walk to a
Ladies
Final
and
Four.
gentlemen, UMBC might be here.
UMBC.
They were a 16, but I get what you're saying. All right, oatmeal cream cookie. Don't eat the whole thing because you might have to come back to it in the next round. The oatmeal cream pie.
Don't tell me how to eat my
The overwhelming number 1 favorite.
It's not an overwhelming.
According to the responses I got. Oh, man.
They're so good. They are so good.
Yeah.
Good effort, Fancy Fudge. Like, better than we thought, right? Fancy Fudge.
It's not going to beat that.
The halftime speech by the 1 seed completely turned it around. They won by 30. Fudge round. No, excuse me. Oatmeal cream pie, moving on.
So my grandfather, when he would come visit
God,
us,
those are good.
my mom used to keep these stocked. We used to have the little Debbie's we had all the time were oatmeal cream pies and the Swiss cake rolls. When my grandfather, my Zeta, would come visit us from Houston, my mother would hide them because he would go in there and just grab the box and eat the entire thing.
I could eat a whole box of those.
Yeah, duh.
When I was in college, a couple of the gas stations between my house and our facility at McNeese sold triple-decker oatmeal cream pies. Dangerous.
Wow.
Dangerous. And if you go to Miller's Barbecue in Belton, one of my favorite barbecue spots in the entire state, on Fridays, I know this because I've gone out there to cover games. On Fridays, Miller's does homemade oatmeal cream pies. Let me tell you both something. Those things are so good, if you put them on top of your head, your tongue will beat your brains out trying to get to it. They're incredible. Incredible. All right. Oatmeal cream pie, moving on. The two, actually, so we should go to the 4-5, right?
Yeah, because that'll be the next matchup.
Yep. All right. So the 4 seed.
Are we doing the 5 seed first or the 4 seed first?
Oh, 5 seed first. 5 seed.
Which one?
Swiss cake roll.
Oh, Swiss cake. So good. So good.
And underrated. The 5-6 seeds might play. I used to unwrap these. Anybody ever unwrap them or did y'all eat them whole?
Just take used to eat we lick the paper to get the extra chocolate off.
Yikes.
I feel bad for Nick Savage after I do these Thursday shows because I have to touch the computer with my
Well, you have a
food
napkin.
fingers.
Those are pretty good, man. They're soft, moist.
Moist.
The thing with these nutty bars is they're going to be a completely different texture than everything else,
So I'm gonna have some water.
and so that's going to keep them around. I think it's going to give them a shot here. Yeah,
I've never had a nutty
Chris,
bar.
I don't even have to eat the Nutty Bar to know that it beats the Swiss roll. The Swiss roll was good, but this
I
is
agree
on
with
another
Gabe.
level.
I've never had a nutty bar.
Prepare to be amazed.
I'm on nutty bars. The Swiss cake roll is delicious, but it's light, it's crispy. The wafer is like perfect balance. They can say it's got a little bounce to its crunch.
It's good. It's very good.
Moving on.
Yep.
All right, so the next round will be the oatmeal cream pie facing off against the nutty bar in the final four. Let's go ahead and wrap up round one here. So round one, the 7 seed. This is one that I hadn't had.
Oh, it's this one?
It's a cookies and cream brownie. Cookies and cream brownie, and it's facing off against the fudge round. Here's the 7 seed.
Never had a fudge round either. Never had either of these.
I haven't had either of these either.
No, this one shouldn't even been.
That's bland. That should
This
have
one
been
shouldn't
8.
have even made the tournament.
It was like a 500 club that won its conference tournament. Stole a bid.
That's
Yeah.
not good.
It was not good.
That's the worst thing we've had.
Usually.
far.
This
Like, I don't
fudge
even-
round is going to blow it out of the water.
Like it's out. That's something that like won its play-in game somehow, some way. A game everybody forgot was happening.
The 16 seed play-in game.
Yes, everybody forgot it was going on.
I'm going to say this. I'm underwhelmed with the fudge round, but it's going to beat that.
That's really close, actually. Those are both not very good, in my opinion.
The fudge round's got a little bit more juice to it, I think.
Yeah, the fudge round's better than that.
Just by a bit, though.
Close. It's a close 2-7 game. All right, the last first round matchup. This one's going to be tough because this 6 seed is a lot of people's favorite. We're going to start with the 6 seed, the Cosmic Brownies.
Wrong.
Somebody on the TexAgs message board, premium, and the thread that I posted said, if you eat too many of these, they will give you like 3 days worth of heartburn.
Here's what I'll tell everybody about the Cosmic Brownies. It's overrated, and the only reason people like it is because it's nostalgic, because you used to have it in your lunches.
It's pretty good.
It's not good.
That's pretty good. What do you think, Cade?
Good.
It's better than the last two things we ate by a lot.
Sure, but it's not good.
I think it's
not
good.
even close to being as good as the zebra cake.
So you can't go. You got to go in with an open mind. We should have blindfolded these.
Well, that would have been fun.
Cade, you'd have had to feed us.
Oh, God. That sounds terrible.
Okay, kinky.
Vanna White style. All right, here's the zebra cake, which I do enjoy, especially the Christmas tree kind.
They also do like a 4th of July one.
Oh,
Oh, baby.
Richard, hold on. Hand up. I was wrong. That is much better. That is much better.
Duh.
Thank you.
That's a contender there.
My bad.
Contender, dude. Is champion.
We'll see if it's champion. All right, so the final four will be the oatmeal cream pie against the nutty bar. That's going to be a wild one. And then zebra cake's going to go in as the massive favorite over the fudge round in the final four. All right, so we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's start picking some games. We got
Games times.
not as big of a slate in terms of quality of matchup, but the quantity is pretty good. And there are some sneaky good games and some very interesting lines here. Yeah, we got time. All right, perfect. Let's do that. All right, we're starting with this first one because the number on this thing is enormous. The number 2 Indiana Hoosiers in Bloomington hosting the UC.
Hold on, we got a jersey update. Jerseys have been announced. Stephen McGee's involved. He's playing a doctor. Looks like it's all maroon. All maroon this week at LSU.
Stephen McGee got to be in the jersey reveal video?
I believe they were doing. It says attention in the waiting room, so I think he was being Dr. Stephen McGee again this week.
That's brilliant.
Okay. We probably could have just played this let everybody else see it.
Yeah, it's true.
So Richard watching it on his phone, everybody can just hear it.
I turned it off.
That's why it's the B team.
All maroon.
All maroon is probably a good call considering what the weather's going to be like. We'll get to that in a minute.
And you know that
LSU wears white at home.
Yeah, LSU wears white at home.
All right, let's start in Bloomington, Indiana. As I said, the number 2 Hoosiers against an upstart UCLA team that is 3-1. Is that correct? 3-1 since they fired Deshaun Foster. Does anybody want to fact check me on that?
UCLA since they fired Foster.
The number, while Richard's looking it up,
they were 0-3, and they are now 3-4. So that it would be
3-1.
All of them
under
Big Ten
Tim
games.
Skipper.
Yep.
This number, though, is outrageous. The Hoosiers are favored by 25.5. I believe Nico Iamaleava is playing. He went out last week, but I do think he's going to play in this game. That is a ton of points.
Is it bad that I didn't even know he was possibly going to miss this game? It kind of shows you how little football I watch the UCLA Bruins. Although that's not true. I did watch the end of their game against Maryland on Saturday because family friend of ours is a Maryland grad, and we were watching it after the Mark Stoops debacle. And he was not happy, but I also don't think he really cared.
Let's see. I'm going to Google this, see if he's supposed to. I thought I read on Twitter, yes, UCLA quarterback Nico Iamaleava is expected to play against Indiana this week despite a recent knee injury. He's been participating in practices and is indeed anticipated to start, though his mobility may be limited due to injury. Anybody want to go here? This number is enormous. It's 25.5, and also very funny.
I'll say UCLA is going to cover. I'll go. I'll make the bold statement.
We just got on our high horse, by the way, about gambling, and then now we're talking about spreads.
I also like UCLA to cover.
Let me see who Indiana plays next week. Could this be a look-ahead spot? They're at Maryland next week. Not that much of a look-ahead.
It's not a look-ahead spot. Those teams are just
there's nobody on their schedule that they need to look ahead for anyway. It may at the beginning of the season it would have been Penn State, but I'm
just going to go. God, that's a lot of points. Just to be different from you two, give me Indiana to win and cover.
I respect you for wanting to be different.
Respect that.
I have no reason. There's nothing about the game that I'm going, okay, like I think Indiana's for sure going to blow them out.
I mean, Indiana just being Indiana leads me to believe that they're just going to blow them out. That they've got a Heisman Trophy contender. They're unbeaten. Is it in Bloomington or is it?
Yeah, he said it's in Bloomington.
It's in Bloomington. Yeah. Not that it would matter. It's not exactly like Pasadena's quite the hostile crowd. Hoosiers are going to win this one by 3 scores, but I don't think they're going to cover.
All right, Richard and Cade are on the Bruins. I'm on Indiana to win and cover that 25.5. The next one, pretty important showdown when you start looking ahead to college football playoff, SEC title game matchups. It's Oklahoma. The Sooners at home in Norman. They are favored by 5.5. That's what it was this morning. I think this line has moved. I think it was 4.5 earlier this week. A lot of money must be coming in on the Sooners to bump this number to 5.5 against Ole Miss. Why is this number so big? And I could look at this game and go, Ole Miss could be favored by 1.5.
Yeah, I haven't really been impressed with Oklahoma's offense at any point this season that leads me to believe they're going to be able to outscore Trinidad Chambliss and a Lane Kiffin offense, especially with John Mateer playing at a level that seems to be still under 100%.
And he's not been.
and
Remember,
he's not
they
that
crowned
good.
him after 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's
after
not
they beat
that
Michigan.
good.
Where if you go back and watch that Michigan game, and I'm sure you were watching in the moment, he should have thrown 2 or 3 interceptions.
Yes, Michigan stinks.
And I just haven't fallen in love with John Mateer's entire game at all this year. Like, I just don't, like, I can't understand why Oklahoma's favored by 5.5. And you mentioned Ole Miss's offense. Oklahoma's defense #1 in the country right now.
Surprising. Who have they played?
Nobody that can play offense.
Nobody that can play offense.
And everybody talks about that.
The one team that's supposed to be able to play offense that they've played, I guess, sorry, there's 2 of them that are supposed to be able to play offense. Auburn stinks. They've got the worst quarterback in the league. And Texas has the worst offensive line in the league. And Texas destroyed them in the second half.
But Texas, the dagger wasn't anything offensively. It was the punt return.
Yeah.
So Texas's offense scored 16 against Oklahoma's defense. I do think Oklahoma has a very good front 7. I like Lane Kiffin's scheme. If you're going to give me 5.5, I think I'm going to take Ole Miss. But here's another question.
I like the Rebs to win. To be honest with you, I like the Rebels to win this game.
I think they can definitely win it. But if you're going to give me 5.5 points, I'm going to take it. Here's another thing, though. If you're on the Oklahoma side, you could be looking at Ole Miss and going, how loud has this Lane Kiffin stuff gotten with Florida that he's not put to bed yet?
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know if you heard the Mike Elko Football Hour radio show with Andrew Monaco.
I was listening to it live, actually. I was doing the tweeting.
And so I saw the video today of Michelle Elko standing up, and Coach Elko said, if y'all want to know what's going to happen with us, why don't you ask the boss back there?
The boss lady, yeah.
And Michelle Elko yells over the crowd at Rudy's, we're not going anywhere. So to me...
It's like a Leonardo DiCaprio moment in Wolf of Wall Street.
Do you think Michelle Elko started like hyping the crowd up and I ain't leaving?
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
What's that face he makes? He's like a bulldog face.
I'm disappointed Kay didn't join in on that part.
I'm sorry.
You're the one that brought up Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
But so that would be the antithesis of what Lane Kiffin has done, right?
Sure.
I thought that was so cool that Coach Elko. How many times has a coach let his wife make the announcement that they're not going anywhere?
That's probably the smarter move.
I do think he's playing the crowd a little bit. I don't know if
yeah.
that's a surefire announcement.
Hold on, but if you're waffling, you don't let your wife make the call in front of publicly on a radio show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think now if he were to leave for whatever reason, it'd be even more wild.
I'm scared.
Are you really?
No.
No. I thought last night.
I'm apprehensive because of my past experiences.
Well, everybody is if you're an A&M fan over the last couple of years. But I think that was pretty definitive, don't you? For his wife to stand up and say that at his radio show where it could be heard on the radio and in the crowd?
Yes. Yes. Sorry. Do you want me to be more definitive?
I want you to be definitive like Michelle Elko.
Yes, we're not going anywhere.
Thank you, Richard.
We are not going anywhere, Cade Bickham.
And until the owners tell us that this show stinks, and then they'll take us off the air.
I think the owner tells us at least once a week this show stinks.
Yeah.
I don't know if the other three
Cade, do you want to pick this game?
Yeah, I'll pick this game. I don't think Oklahoma's very good, so I'm going to pick Ole Miss. Even though Lane Kiffin, I think this might be the one where he lets it slip. I don't think that last weekend at Georgia was the one where he let it slip. I think they were in that game. I think that Georgia's just a good team and they played at home. But if they were to let one slip, it would be this one. But I don't think they will. I think they'll win the game outright.
One thing I know about Lane Kiffin is that even if he's looking elsewhere, this is an eliminated bar, so I'm going to eat the rest of it.
It's pretty good, though.
Yeah, it's very good.
Great 8 seed.
He loves to twist the knife or dagger, whatever, even if it doesn't improve his standing. And I think...
What if it's in his own chest?
What do you mean?
Like this Florida stuff.
But I don't think he's... If he wins this week, that's going to keep him from going to Florida?
No, but what I'm saying is, could it be a distraction to his team? He's not come out and said
Yes, I know what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, regardless if there's a distraction or not...
You got chocolate on your teeth.
Thank you. Regardless, I think he would revel in the 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 opportunity to push anybody, in this case Brent Venables, closer and closer to the precipice, the edge, the cliff, before somebody, Mr. Castiglione, has to kick him over.
Well, I think Brent Venables has, by and large, saved his job this year, unless they completely tank down the stretch.
They very much could tank down the stretch.
I don't think they're going to fire him for 8-4.
I think they could get to 7-5.
Well, if they get to 7-5, the conversation is different. I don't think they're going to, but I do think Ole Miss wins this week. But the only trepidation I have is this line. It seems like they're begging you to pick Oklahoma. Excuse me. They're begging you to pick Ole Miss. It's like, are you going to take this bait here?
Me and Chauncey Billups are going to ride with the Rebels.
I am too.
Who did Terry Rozier set up the line?
All right, so we're all
Let me make some calls.
We're all on Ole Miss there.
Yeah.
All right, the next one, North Carolina. This number is so interesting to me. North Carolina at home. The Tar Heels stink. They're playing top 20 Virginia, and the Cavaliers are favored by 10.5.
Give me the Who's, baby.
Give me the Who's.
Well,
North Carolina's garbage.
Didn't they play much better last week? Who did they play? I think their defense, for whatever reason, I want to say their defense played a lot better last week.
That 8 seed was good, dude. I like that a lot.
Oh, they played against Cal. They were across the country. They lost by 3 against Cal. You know what? I've not been bought in for Virginia.
I'm ready to buy in. I'm ready to buy in on the ACC being a lot of fun. Give me the Who's to keep it rolling. I think they're going to cover, and I think we're going to get closer and closer and closer to that ACC doomsday scenario where you've got 3 one-loss teams in conference, and they might be a big stealer from somebody else.
I think Virginia is going to lose one of these next 2. They're at UNC, then they're at Cal next week. I think they're going to lose one of the next 2. I don't know that they're going to lose this one, but if you're going to give me 10.5 points, and I think they're going to lose one of the 2, I'll take the 10.5. Give me North Carolina to cover.
I think the scarier of the 2, if you're a Virginia fan, would be going across country and having to deal with that flight and that kind of preparation.
Which makes this game at 11 a.m. in Chapel Hill even more dangerous.
Also, isn't that Cal quarterback's like not too bad, isn't he? He's pretty solid.
Yeah, pronounce his name, Cade.
I don't know it off the top of my head, so
yes.
Couldn't.
Jared.
But
is his name?
Yeah, I've been on the Virginia train. I think that's a good team. They figure out ways to win.
They do score a bunch of points.
So
Cade's on the Virginia team. Train.
All right. Massive group of 5 implications in this next game. Memphis is at home. They are plus 4.5 against USF. The Bulls come in as the favorite. This is make or break. Again, the Oklahoma Ole Miss game is make or break for a lot of different reasons. This is another one.
I mean, every single game South Florida is going to play from here on out. It's going to be an elimination game, more or less.
Yeah.
This is on the road at a really good Memphis team who choked one away.
Yes.
They lost at UAB, who fired their coach, Chris Mortensen's son.
4-loss UAB.
Chris Mortensen's son filling in. I like Memphis here. I think they bounce back. USF on the road.
4.5's pretty big line. I think these are 2 pretty evenly matched teams, but I will go ahead and give the edge to the Bulls because I think Alex Golesh is a better coach. Difficult situation to go on the road and play against a team that's fighting for its life, but haven't they already done that this year? Didn't they already go into the swamp and beat a coach that was fighting for his life?
The Memphis coach pretty good too, Silverfield.
Sure.
He's going to be up for some of these jobs.
But I want to say that Alex Golesh, at least at this point in time, is a better coach. At this point in time, I reserve the right to change my opinion next Tuesday.
Alex
Golesh, my pick is incorrect.
Alex Golesh could be replacing, if he keeps winning, he could be replacing another former Memphis coach at his current head job. Do you know who I'm referring to?
I do not.
Mike Norvell.
Oh, that's what I thought. That's where I was going to go.
He was at Memphis before Florida State.
I don't remember that.
All right, the Battle of the Sunflower State.
Do you want my pick or not?
Oh, yes, I do. I'm sorry, Cade.
Oh, okay. I'll just say I have USF as well because that Byron Brown kid who's their quarterback. That guy's kind of a monster. He throws it like pretty well, but when he runs, it's a little bit scary because he's built like a linebacker. So
it's the Josh Heupel coaching tree. It's the, if I'm allowed to say, the Art Briles offense that has morphed into, through Josh Heupel, and Alex Golesh has taken it and putting his spin on it at at USF. But again, it's on the road in Memphis.
Is that a Texas A&M question? Is that a Texas A&M question?
What is the name of the rivalry between Kansas and Kansas State?
Who cares?
Battle of Mid.
I'll look it up for you.
You make my cough come back,
Kansas versus Kansas State rivalry.
Anyway, the Jayhawks.
They call it the Sunflower Showdown. You were close.
Yeah, the Sunflower Showdown. Kansas is favored by 2.5. I'm going to take the Jayhawks to win and cover at home. Kansas State has played a little bit better. Early in the year, they were putrid. They were so bad. And both of these teams, I think, have been a little disappointing this year.
The two schools,
I like Jalen Daniels more than I like Avery Johnson.
The two schools compete each year for the Governor's Cup in football, but this is considered the Sunflower Showdown. Football series dates back to 1902 and has been played every year since 1911, making it the fourth longest active series in NCAA college football. And the University of Kansas holds a large, well, it's not really large, they're leaving it to me. They actually don't agree on the overall record in football. Because
what don't they agree on?
They don't agree, depends on which school you ask. Kansas either leads 64-55-5 or 65-54-5 because the 1980 game was supposed to have been forfeited by Kansas. The Jayhawks still count it.
Scandalous.
Scandals in bleeding Kansas.
Very interesting.
What was the name of the not abolitionist, the women's rights lady that went around smashing up all the pubs in Kansas? What? She's like a legend. Lady who smashed up bars in Kansas. What was her name?
It's like Prohibition.
Carrie Nation. Carrie Nation was her name. In early 1900s, she was a hatchet-wielding woman who brought her women's rights movement against alcohol. It was during Prohibition. Yeah, you're right.
That's awesome.
So she was part of the. There was apparently a groundswell from women to stop alcohol abuse and alcohol usage because their husbands were disasters, and so she was one of the ones that like legitimately took up arms and was going through pubs in Kansas and smashing up the pubs. That's crazy. Carrie Nation's her name. That could have been a We Learned Wednesday. I'm surprised that I knew that. That's good recall from U.S. history.
It is the second longest rivalry between two public universities in the same
we
state.
We spent too long on it.
Featuring the names University of versus blank state university behind Oregon and Oregon State. Why would you
pick the game?
Pick the game. Who cares? Give me Kansas to cover and win. And that would improve their lead to 66, 64, and 5. Well, or 65, 60.
Yeah, which side are you on?
Yeah, it depends on which side you're on.
6 or 7.
I did have a cousin who went to Kansas, so. Julie. Her name is Julie.
I will also pick Kansas to win and cover for the same reason that you said, Brauny, because I like Jalen Daniels better and I like Avery Johnson.
Okay, let's pick another game, and then we're going to finish off. Well, we'll get to the finals here. Of our March Madness Little Debbie bracket. Arkansas at home is favored by 2.5 over a reeling Auburn. To me, this seems like free money. We don't promote gambling in the state of Texas. We don't promote sports betting. If you have a gambling issue, call a hotline. Arkansas minus 2.5 against Auburn seems like free money to me.
I would agree with that, especially with the stunt Hugh Freeze pulled earlier in the week, and we obviously talked about that yesterday. Woof, dude. Like, it's desperate times on the Plains, which makes me think maybe they've got a last stand in them, but nothing about Jackson Arnold tells me that they're even close to capable of threatening to keep up with the motorcycle man himself. Taylor Green's the best quarterback in the conference. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Yeah. He looks like a stud. He's Vince Young light, and he is going to have a field day against the Auburn Tigers.
I'm not saying that Arkansas can't stop anybody, but can Auburn score against air?
No.
No.
Like, if Auburn doesn't score here, if Auburn loses this game and they don't score, which Hugh Freeze is supposed to be an offensive guy, they got to fire him. You got to punt him into the sun.
Yes, I think you got to fire him anyways because I think he's a bum.
They probably will, but if they get blown out, which I think Arkansas can win this game by 2 touchdowns, Just give me the Hogs, baby. Woo pig.
First thing I do when I fire Hugh Freeze, I take his company phone and I press redial just to see what kind of shady phone numbers he's been calling.
Ooh. You don't know who's on the other end of that
True.
line.
It's very scary.
Cade?
Yeah, I'll pick Arkansas as well. I think Taylon Green's too good. And I think that Auburn is just wasting Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton. What an absolute waste.
Well, Singleton, the funny thing about Singleton is he went there, they paid him a bunch of money, and thought he was going to be like a one and done at Auburn, but he's only a junior. So what has he done to his draft stock? Could he go back into the portal and go find somewhere else to play, get paid a bunch of money again, and try to improve his draft stock?
That's the smart play. I'd do the portal again.
But he could have been sour to it. You know, you've already had one bad experience. I'm probably going to get picked. I'm probably going to get drafted, even though I haven't done much this year because my offense and my quarterback is non-functioning. Maybe he thinks he can go to the combine and do well enough and get picked, and so he just avoids the whole thing altogether again. I don't know, but he could, after being a preseason all-conference selection, a lot of folks talking about him as the best receiver in the league, he could come back for another year somewhere else. I don't think it'll be at Auburn.
He might need to do it just so he can get some practice, catching passes from a real quarterback before he goes to the NFL.
All right, so let's move on with this March Madness practice. So what we've got here, let's going to go the 2 seed versus the, what was this, the 4? Yep. Zebra Cakes were the 4, right?
Zebra
so we're going to go
3.
No, Zebra Cakes were the 4.
No, the Nutter Butter Bar was the 4.
That's right. The Nutter Butter was the 4. So Zebra Cakes were the 3. So we're going to go with the 2 seed here to start off because we went lower seed first or higher seed first in the first round. This is the fudge round.
I'm just going to say this is going to lose.
It's too dry.
Yeah.
It's way too dry.
Way too dry.
Okay. It's going up against the Zebra Cake, who had an incredible showing in round 1.
Wasn't even close. Had Cade Bickham eating his words.
Cade Bickham, the Zebra Cakes are in the finals, brother.
Easily. It's so much better than that fudge round.
Okay. Now, here's going to be the contentious one. Because Bickham's going to stand on the table, I think, for the 4 seed. But we got to do the 1 seed first. Oatmeal cream pie.
I'm still washing down my Zebra Cake. So good, dude. So good.
The oatmeal cream pie, it's got just a little like butteriness to it. Like there's just a hint of savory in there, just enough to where it doesn't overload you with sweet. And that is mushy, consistent goodness. But it's got a battle on its hands here. God, this one's close.
Oh my God. I'm gonna stand on business for the Nutter Butter Bar. That's my winner.
It's just not clocking to you right now, Cade.
It's not clocking that you're standing on business.
You understand
Richard,
the reference?
You're going to be the tiebreaker here because I think it's the oatmeal cream pie. The Nutty Bars are delicious, no doubt. They're great. I could eat a whole box of those too. But I'm on the oatmeal cream pie.
I feel like I'm the Larry David. Oatmeal cream pie.
Tough, Cade. That's why it's an odd number though. Because if there was 4 people, I bet it would be even.
Maybe so, yeah.
You know, it's that close. A buzzer beater by the oatmeal cream pie.
They're fantastic. They're both really good.
Half court buzzer beater.
That should have been the final.
Off the glass.
I'll tell you something, Cade Bickham.
So the final is the Zebra Cake against the oatmeal cream pie in our March Madness Little Debbie bracket. We'll get to the finals in just a little bit.
The reason I went cream pie, oatmeal cream pie, over the Nutty Bar is...
Can you just clip that first segment, Cade? That first little bit there.
You're such a... I hate you.
I'm about to be a dad.
I don't want to
No.
Well,
don't want to upset Nick Saban because he might come hot my nut matters.
is anybody watching this still? Is anybody entertained by this at all?
56 people.
8 people.
56 people just saw me.
All right, moving along, picking games. Stay tuned. The finals are coming up here. The Little Debbie March Madness bracket. South Carolina at home in Columbia against Alabama. The Tide are favored by 12.5. I'll make this short and sweet. Last week looked like South Carolina had completely let go of the rope. They quit. That place was half empty in the third quarter. They were booing loudly the Gamecock offense, who could not block a soul. And Oklahoma was getting inside pressure like almost immediately on like 3 consecutive possessions. The Boo Birds were out and loud in Columbia, and I think that only continues. I think Shane Beamer, that seat's getting a little warmer, and he could hightail it out of there before it gets too hot anyway. We talked about that in yesterday's program, so give me the Tide to win and cover.
Yes, I will also take Alabama. I can't in good conscience have sat here for weeks on end and tell you how much of a bum Shane Beamer is and then turn around and pick him to even cover.
Be careful calling people bums.
Oh, sorry.
You never know how the coaching wheel turns, dude.
I'm not going to.
This guy could end up as the special teams coordinator here one day.
No, I'll never talk to him.
Well, the internet's a permanent place. This is going to live
But
forever.
I'll never talk to him.
Pick the game, Cade.
Nobody lets me talk to football coaches now.
It's roll tide by however many points they want. Honestly,
Name their score, huh?
Yeah.
All right, one of the biggest games in the league and one of the biggest games in the country. Vanderbilt, again, a home favorite in a ranked SEC matchup. The Commodores are -2.5 against Missouri. Yeah, I think these teams are very similar.
Yes.
I think they're very similar. But what I think is Diego Pavia, I thought Bo Pribula panicked a lot last week in Auburn. I've never seen Diego Pavia panic. Even when he was playing against Bama, he had a bad interception in the red zone, but he doesn't panic. And I like Diego Pavia's demeanor at home. I like his playmaking ability at home. I think Vanderbilt wins. It's going to be close, man. Like, I think it's a coin flip game for me, and it's 2.5 points. Like, I think Vanderbilt can win this thing 27-24.
Really hard for me to go against Diego Pavia. Also really hard for me to go against the best running back in the country, and Ahmad Hardy.
Is he?
I think he is. Who's better? Who's better than Ahmad Hardy?
I mean, he's good.
I'll hang up and listen.
Jeremiah Love.
Okay.
J.D. Price.
Okay. The third best running back in the country.
He might be the best running back in the SEC.
Well, I think he is right now.
Jaden Ball was pretty good.
No, he's better than Ball. I think he's the best running back in the SEC right now because Mr. Le'Veon Moss isn't running. I like Clark Lee better than I like Eli Drinkwitz. I think Clark Lee's a better football coach than
That's another good point.
Than Coach Drink. I think Coach Drink's a way better quote than Coach Lee. Yeah, I like the Doors at home, a second straight big ranked victory in Nashville, Tennessee.
They can get to the playoff. They got a bunch of hurdles still, but they can get there.
It'd be amazing.
They go on the road to Austin in a couple weeks.
I think they win that game.
Cade?
I'm gonna pick Vanderbilt as well. We discussed a good amount on TexAgs Live this week about how in that LSU Vanderbilt game, Vanderbilt was like pretty obviously the more physical team throughout the game, and that's LSU. Like LSU's not supposed to be getting out physicaled by Vanderbilt. So I just think they're at home. I think they'll be able to do that again. I think Pavia is better than Pribula. I think their defense is probably a little bit better than Missouri's defense from what I've seen. So I'll go Vanderbilt wins and covers that.
I was impressed with Missouri's front seven, especially their defensive line last week. Now, Auburn's a sieve up front, and Jackson Arnold holds the ball forever, but Missouri's got good players in the front seven.
Okay.
Chris McClellan, Zion Young. I liked the way they looked, the way they moved.
All right, thank you, Brauny. Full disclosure, I watched none of that game, so thank you for letting me know.
But the thing with Vanderbilt is they're going to make you be disciplined, right? Because it's triple option football every play, and to me, it's pretty creative. They've talked about during that LSU game how they switch their offensive line switches sides. They've got a quick side and a strong side, which that is old school like wishbone football.
Yeah.
slot T stuff. So they're running a modernized version of the slot T. I think that's very difficult to defend, especially when you only see it once a year. Missouri coming off an emotional win. I just think Vanderbilt's got enough to win that game, and I think they cover the points. All right, moving on. In Ames, Iowa, another really interesting line. The Cyclones favored by 2.5 over unbeaten BYU.
I'm shocked.
Iowa State coming off a pretty bad loss.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that the Cyclones are a favorite. I know they're unbeaten at home. BYU looks like the better team. Got the better resume. I really don't like to pick it, especially after what they did to my boy Jake Retzloff. But I'm going to go with the Cougars to get a win on the road in Ames. You don't just walk in.
Nobody walks
just walk
into
into Ames, Iowa, Jack Trice Stadium, and leave with a victory. But I think BYU does it this week. Kind of gets closer and closer to that Big 12 de facto semifinal game, perhaps, with the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
I'm going to take Iowa State, and let me tell you why. I don't know that I trust BYU on the road. Who have they beaten? I think they're tough at home in Provo. But their best win on the road is Colorado? Am I mistaken? Let me look. BYU football schedule.
I got it. Their best win on the road is at Arizona, probably. They won that one by 6.
So they're playing bad teams close on the road. They beat Colorado by 3.
Yeah.
I think this is probably, but again, I don't know, man. This is a tough call because I have been bagging on Rocco Becht and that Iowa State's offense for most of the season. I just think BYU has been playing, like, riding their luck a little bit, and I think it runs out at some point. That's the only feel I have for this game, is just that BYU's been on the right side of a lot of things so far, and I think they're due to be on the wrong side. So I'll take Iowa State to win and cover.
I'm going to take the Mormons. I think the Mormons win.
I thought I took the Momos. I think
You
the
did,
Momos
Richard.
won.
Yeah, you did.
Brigham Young. Washington at home, -3.5 versus Illinois. I don't have a big feel in this game other than Washington's still not completely out of the picture, and neither is Illinois in the Big Ten. So that's why I put this on here. Let me pull up the Big Ten standings right quick so we can get a better look at this.
I like Jed Fish a little bit more than I like Burt. I do. Close game.
Illinois 5-2, 2-2 in the league. Washington 5-2, 2-2 in the league. This is an elimination game. If either one of these want to have like kind of a Cinderella late run story in them in the Big Ten, a lot of people talked about both of these clubs.
I'm going to go with Illinois.
Ohio State went out there, and I thought Washington would give them a better game. And because of the travel and the whole thing, and Ohio State just steadily pulled away.
Last week, Michigan beat them 24-7, and Michigan's not very good. Michigan is not good.
But Washington, that was Washington coming to the end. Again, maybe I'm putting too much stock in that. I think I'm on Illinois too.
I'm on Illinois.
I'll go with Washington. I think that travel matters. Just I mean, I don't know how
it
much
may matter
it matters
to Illinois. It did not matter to Ohio State because they're a wagon.
Yeah, that's true. But it also, like, you got to think, like, Washington went to the Big House, so that's maybe part of the reason they stumbled there as well. So
was that an early kick?
Let me go check.
The Michigan game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big noon.
So that would have been like 9 a.m. Washington time?
Sure.
Okay. I think you factor that in. But still, I like Illinois. Brett Bielema is pretty good, man.
Yes,
pretty good football coach.
Yes, he is.
He's been at a lot of places where he doesn't have the best talent, and he's always fields a competitive team.
Correct.
All right. Moving on. Here's one that I think a lot of people are going to have eyeballs on. Starkville, Mississippi.
I keep thinking Jeff Lebby and his crew are going to get one.
Klanga versus the Texas Longhorns, and the Horns go into Stark Vegas as 7.5-point favorites. I think everybody's going, how is Texas getting 7.5 against anybody?
How are they scoring 7.5? You gotta have is there a defensive touchdown in here?
Ryan Niblett returns a punt.
Jeez.
So you know how far their touchdown drive was last week, right?
Yes.
5 yards.
Yes.
Ryan Niblett is their best, most explosive player. Mississippi State should punt the ball out of bounds every time. Go for it or punt the ball out of bounds.
I like the Bulldogs to at least cover here,
I do
if not
too.
win the game outright.
I do too.
I still think Mississippi State's going to jump up and get somebody. I do.
The counterpoint is Texas got their alarm bells set off last week in Lexington.
But
and
Texas
so
should have had their alarm bells go off in the second half of the Red River rivalry.
This is going to be a real. This is going to be a real atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, speaking of alarm bells, the cowbells are going to be going in full force.
Ooh,
full
Kate
force.
Bickham, I
So
like what you
I
did
think
there.
I think that I don't think I'm confident enough in taking Mississippi State outright, but I think they'll definitely cover that 7.5.
Alarm bells, cowbells, Cade Bickham, you sly dog.
Yeah, I'm on Mississippi State. I just don't think Texas right now, the way they're playing, talent-wise, they should be favored by this much. But the way they're playing, no. And I also think, look at how they played on the road in Florida. Davis Wade is not the swamp, but it's pretty good when it's going, man.
Sure.
And if they let Mississippi State hang in, it's going to get rowdy in there. All right. Here's one. I only included this one because of our friend here to our left, Michigan State at home against Michigan. Wolverines minus 14.5. I have zero feel for this game other than Michigan State stinks. I was hoping they would be good. They burned me earlier this year when they went and played at USC, and I was on their side, and they stunk the joint up. 14.5 is a lot of points for a rivalry game. Michigan wins. Michigan State covers.
Michigan covers because they're a little brother, and I'm getting another phone call from our friend.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brauny. I think Michigan State covers because it's a rivalry game. I don't feel comfortable picking Michigan to cover 15 points in a heated a battle of hatred.
Yeah, again, it's a lot of points. All right, Kentucky at home versus Tennessee. Volunteers favored by 7.5. I think Kentucky popped their balloon last week. That was the best effort they're going to have. We've hammered Mark Stoops and his staff all week for that call. He's going to hear it again. What on earth was that at the goal line? Just disgusting play calling. I think they, much like we talked about earlier with who was I talking about? South Carolina. I think Kentucky's let go of the rope. I think the Mark Stoops era, the belief is completely gone. I think Tennessee wins and covers.
I'm with you, Brauny.
Same.
I think Tennessee wins and covers. I think Kentucky's getting walloped this weekend. Walloped.
All right, Arizona. This is a very interesting game and line. Arizona State at home, big time game in the Big 12. They are favored by 7.5 against the University of Houston Cougars. Sun Devils coming off the win of the year for them. Sam Leavitt is healthier. Jordan Tyson is not.
Out. Important to note, yes, because if you recall at the end of that game, they made a big play to score that touchdown late to win them the game. And the big play was Tyson coming across the middle, and he ran down into the red zone, but you could see him pull up on his hamstring. It was like, have you seen the video of Greg Jennings in Madden? Yeah, it was like that. It was like that.
Jennings.
He put the team on his back though. So that's a brutal loss for them, and so I think Houston might win outright.
Let's go
Upset
inside.
alert for the Cougs. That would throw a big wrench in the Big 12, and that would also keep U of H very much alive for that conference championship game.
Let's go inside the mind of a Greg Jennings. I put the team on my back, though. It's Darren Sharper, one of the hardest hitting safeties in the league.
This is pretty good.
It's pretty good. We watch that video all the time, me and my old college roommate, Zach. Give me the Cougs. To win.
Do I trust? No.
To win. The Cougs.
Outright, 6.5 point dog on the road.
I'm in.
I'm always pulling for Wig.
I'm in.
Arizona State. Just has Houston scaled up against really talented teams yet? I don't think they have. Tech kind of ran off and left them and kind of stiff armed them, kept them away from making that game any closer. Wigman did go out in that game, but I just think U of H's skill guys are very limited, very, very limited. So I'll take Arizona State to win and cover. But
Kenny probably does have the boys fired up down there.
Tempe, they feel like they can make a little run at this down, right? They got belief back.
They needed that one bad because that kept them in the Big 12 title
race.
They
got some wind back in their sails for sure. For sure. All right, my upset alerts this week, is if you've never watched the show, these are dogs that I think can win the game. Cincinnati's a 3.5-point favorite versus Matthew Dawson's Baylor Bears. Baylor, they've scored a ton of points all year. They don't have a signature win. I think they are good enough to beat somebody. I've not been a believer in Cincinnati at all. Despite their recent success, I still don't think they're a complete team. I think Baylor can go up there and win because of the style of offense that they play. Here's an interesting one, and two teams that are playing way better than you think because you're not paying attention to them. New Mexico, 2.5-point favorites at home in Albuquerque against Utah State, a team who we saw over here at Kyle Field. Both of these teams are pretty good, but I like Bronco Mendenhall. I like Bryson Barnes as their quarterback, Miles Davis, their running back. It's only a 2.5-point spread. I think Utah State can go on the road and win that game. And here's one that I struggled with this, and I was like, should I just put it on the games to pick because 7.5 is a lot of points, but I'm going Northwestern on the road, beats Nebraska. 7.5-point dogs are the Wildcats. Here's another one. Matt Rule, you've done nothing to keep your team from distractions with the Penn State job. Matter of fact, your non-answer, very different than Mike Elko's answer the other night about the job. Everybody knows your best friend is the AD in Happy Valley. I think his team is distracted. But again, like if he loses to Northwestern at home, much like James Franklin did, does the Penn State fan base go through anarchy and build a giant wall between Matt Rule and State College?
Be funny.
They could Mark Stoops it.
Exactly. So I think I'm more pulling for this so I can see the fallout. I'm pulling for Northwestern to beat Nebraska as a 7.5-point dog.
Can we hit our little Debbie's now?
Okay, yeah, we go to the finals. We got to pick. We'll pick A&M and LSU score prediction here in a second. Here are the finals, and I think we got to go with the 3 seed first. 3 seed has made its way through. These are the Zebra Cakes. Cade Bickham thought these were going to go out in the first round.
I was so wrong. That's so my bad.
It's okay. We're a hand-up show. God, those are good. And I'm not are you a white cake person?
I like both.
I'm more of a chocolate cake kind of guy, but that is good.
Agreed.
I like both.
Okay, yeah, good. Palate cleanse before the final here, because this is for all the marbles. This is why everybody's tuned in. Can I say something about, well, I'm not having my vote. The oatmeal cream pie, it stays with you. Like it packs a punch and then it keeps swinging in there. Whereas I think the zebra cake, very, very good up front, doesn't have the viscosity to coat my palate, to use some Burbinger terms.
Yep.
So we're splitting hairs here.
So how do you want to do this? Should we all close our eyes? And
Count of three, just say what we have?
No, be like a hand up for the 1 seed or whatever. And open our eyes and see who did what.
Yep. Okay.
Right, close our eyes.
If you're voting for the oatmeal cream pie, raise your hand on 3, close your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. The oatmeal cream pie takes it.
It's all right. I'm okay with that.
It's splitting hairs. It really is.
It's like my 2 favorite teams facing off. It's like I'm a winner.
Part of me though thinks that Bickham went in with a little bit of bias against the zebra cake.
No, I cleansed my palate and everything. It was just better. I actually, Brauny, the point you made about it lingering more is
I'm still tasting
think that's an important point because my mouth is less dry also after the oatmeal cream pie.
Yummy.
Cade's mouth is less dry after the oatmeal cream pie.
All right.
What? You said that, not me.
I have to repeat it.
We're going to score prediction for A&M LSU. Weather is going to have a major impact here, it looks like enormous impact. I don't know that I like a side. The Aggies are still favored by 2.5. I like the under, especially given the elements. LSU's defense is good. A&M's defense is good. LSU's offense stinks. This A&M's all gracious.
What?
The oatmeal cream pie.
Betrayed
You
you?
must be allergic.
No. I told
Betrayed
you.
by the cream pie?
I did such a good job of fighting off that cough until then.
Yeah.
And you guys just stared at me and didn't even help me out.
What am I supposed to do?
Keep talking.
What am I supposed to do?
Keep talking.
I was taken aback. I thought you might have been dying.
I think A&M wins the game. I think it's going to be very close. Whether or not, you get it?
31-14 Ags.
No way.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
I like the bold prediction.
Yep.
It's going to be 13-10.
Nope.
17-14.
Wrong,
Like, I think it's a
wrong,
tight.
wrong.
I have
31-14 Ags. Gimme.
24-17 Ags.
What one of those scores is a defensive touchdown because Garrett Nussmeier not very good this year. Turnover problems.
Remember the last time A&M and LSU played in the rain was right across the street in 2020. It was the Buddy Johnson pick six and sledgehammer in the end zone. It looked exactly like that.
Yes.
We're on a 94.5-hour break. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow morning. TexAgs Live, getting you ready for the Aggies and Bayou Bengals starting at 8 a.m.